Do you feel calm one moment, then completely thrown off by a single text message, a bank balance, or someone's comment? Yeah, we all have. But here's the shift. It's not about never being triggered. It's about remembering who you are when the triggers show up and choosing to stay rooted in your power, not your circumstances. Hello, beautiful manifestor. Welcome to our Being Source channel, the ultimate manifesting self-concept and lifestyle superpower you'll ever need. Here, we help you manifest your desires easily and effortlessly through our unique Being Source core principles. We've uncovered these principles after much frustration and exhaustion with techniques that completely consumed our lives. This may shock you to know. Techniques aren't required to manifest your desires. Being Source does, and this is what we discuss on our channel. In today's video, we're talking about something real, something raw. But no matter how spiritual or self-aware you are, triggers still happen. But when you're embodying Being Source, you learn to meet triggering circumstances differently, not by fixing, not by spiraling, but by remembering who you really are. So let's talk about what that actually looks like. Let's be honest. Some days you feel aligned, powerful, magnetic, and then boom, you see him online with someone else. Or you check your bank balance and you feel panic. Someone says something or they don't say something, and suddenly you're spiraling. And that's okay. That doesn't mean you've failed or you've lost your power. It just means you're human and your nervous system is responding in the way it always has. But here's the difference. When you're Being Source, you don't stay there. You don't collapse into the old version of you who felt helpless. You pause, you breathe, and you simply choose again. This is what Being Source in action really means. Not about being perfect, but about being present and aware. It's about creating space between the trigger and the reaction. And in that space, in between, you remember, I'm not my emotions. I am not this moment. I am Source, and I get to choose and to decide what this means. Because let's be real, triggers aren't about the thing that is happening right now. They're about what we've believed that thing meant in the past. In other words, our limiting beliefs, quote unquote, that we've heard the manifesting community talking about. But when you're Being Source, you reclaim the authority to assign new meaning. And that's the essence of one of our most powerful core principles. Perception creates reality. Every situation is neutral until you assign meaning to it and you label it. The 3D is never the truth. It's only a mirror reflecting your perceptions. So when the silence feels like rejection, you can choose to see this as redirection, perhaps. Or when the bill arrives, you can choose to see that this is proof that you're trusted with responsibility and flow, and it's all working out for you simply by changing your perception. Whatever meaning you assign, that's what reality mirrors back to you. And in that moment, you're not reacting to triggers. You are creating. The silence, maybe it's not rejection, it's redirection, perhaps even a moment for you to rest, to take it easy, to relax. That delay, maybe it's not the punishment that you think it is. Maybe it's an unseen preparation for your desires to unfold. You get to choose and assign the meaning, the label of what you are seeing as your current circumstances. You get to stay in your power even when the 3D is poking at your old wounds and attempting to trigger you. Because that's when the shift really happens, not when everything looks perfect and hunky-dory. But when nothing looks like it's working and you still choose to trust that everything is always working out for you, then reality has to rearrange itself as to match who you are being and what you have already decided. That's the power of embodiment. That is being source in its true essence. That's the version of you who no longer reacts from fear, but responds instead from knowing. And yes, understandably, this takes practice. It takes patience and it takes persistence. But every time you choose to pause and instead of spiraling, you remember your identity and your self-concept as the operant power, you are standing in your power. You're proving to yourself, I am no longer who I used to be. I am being source now. And if at this point you are still unsure of what being source actually means, please go back and watch our first 2 videos on this channel to gain an understanding and clarity and a fresh perspective into the power of who you truly are as source. So next time a trigger shows up, before reaching for a technique or panicking about your progress, just ask yourself, what would the version of me who knows she's source do right now? And then do that, even if it's subtle, even if it's just choosing a new thought or stepping outside or closing your eyes for one nice, deep, relaxing breath. That's enough. That is everything. You don't need to avoid the triggers. You simply need to remember you are the one who responds. You are the one who decides. Because after all, you are the source. So if today's video's message sounds like a simple sigh of relief, or a gentle reminder you didn't even know that you needed, you're going to love the next steps that we have created for you in order to help you manifest your desires with far greater ease and way less effort. In fact, manifesting should be natural and easy. We've put together a free 10-day Being Source video mini course filled with all the same truths that we've shared here, so that you can start living from your power and not those old unwanted patterns and triggered circumstances. And to further support you in your manifestation endeavors, when you sign up to receive this free mini course, you will also receive a $100 gift coupon towards our full Being Source manifesting course, which includes our guidebook, workbook, both of which cover insightful and profound Being Source core principles, as well as meditations, EFT tapping, subliminals, and more. None of these tools are about fixing or healing yourself. They are just beautiful reminders of who you already are, perfect, whole, and complete. This is where manifesting becomes so much fun and way easier, because you're living your life being source instead of doing more and making a much harder effort. Manifesting should be simple, natural, easy, and effortless. And this is what we strive to help you with in our Being Source manifesting course. So simply click the link in the description below to join us. Your free mini course starts immediately, and your $100 gift coupon is ready for you there. Triggers will happen, but so will your power. And every time you choose to be source, you come home to yourself again. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments section below, and please do let us know what you liked best or learnt in today's video content. We'd also very much appreciate if you like this video and subscribe to our channel in order to gain immediate access to all our new content releases. Thank you. We so look forward to seeing you in our next video.